How's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna do a walk and talk. So kind of ran out of space on the title, but y'all know how it is. So hopefully the camera's okay. Trying to make the image as stable as possible while we walk. So if you're in here watching, shout yourself out. Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're watching from. Be awesome. So just walking home. Relatively short distance. I'd say maybe half mile or so. 3/4 at best. Switch hands here. So title's a little interesting. Something on a need-to-know basis, but it's depending on what you think of it, could be interesting to know, especially if you're into aviation like I am. So, speaking of the title, pan the camera around here because there's somebody in front of me. Don't want to show them. So out of respect. So, the information from the title comes from a PDF that I just downloaded because I was getting a little curious because I was watching a YouTube wasn't a documentary. It was just a video, just a random video, and it had to do with plane spotting at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. And if you guys don't know, Atlanta has been going through some last few years. 4 years, 5 years, 4.5 years. Let's just say 5. We'll round it up a little bit. So they say 2016. I'm not sure exactly when in 2016. It doesn't really matter, I guess. So 2021, we'll make it 5 years, I guess. Actually, technically longer than that. But God, this traffic's horrible. Cutting over, folks. So Atlanta's been going through some major upgrades since 2016. And some of you may, if you've flown into Atlanta recently, you've got, or the last few years, you guys know this, because the north and south complexes have new awnings, which look absolutely stunning. At night, they can light them up with different colors, even multicolored. We have different themes, kinds of crazy stuff. I've been to Atlanta a few times myself, and actually the last time that I was at Atlanta was actually before the awnings or the overhangs were in existence. I think that's one of the first things they did, and it's a multi-billion-dollar, as you can see in the title, part of a multi-billion-dollar project. I think the PDF that I was reading about it, think it's like totals like $7.4 billion, something like that. Crazy, crazy amounts of money. Absolutely just nuts. But just giving some detailed information because I actually, as much as information that I know about aviation, doesn't mean I know everything. I don't pretend to either. Darth Ball, what's up? Hey, since you're here, did you see my reply via Twitter? Welcome on board, by the way. How you doing? Yeah, I provided you a link. So off topic, but awesome. Okay, good. So I know nothing more other than what that article was telling you. So I don't know. I don't have any inside information, I promise. But there's guys still there. And I don't, at least not personally, I don't know anybody that's actually deployed in DC. But anyways, we were talking about the Atlanta construction project at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Darth Maul, have you been to Atlanta? Do you fly at all? Absolutely amazing airport. No, I'd say of all the airports I fly into, Atlanta's probably my favorite. Atlanta's my favorite as far as commercial airports are concerned. It's massive, absolutely massive. They're building a new concourse G is in golf. I don't know the time framing, but the reason for the title was through a PDF that I read, and it's always got my curiosity going because I know that if you would build a runway at an airport, whether it's a small airport or a big airport, it's not cheap because you have to do things in certain ways and you have to do them the right way. You can't mess up on them. I mean, you probably could, but it just costs more money and longer time. Since global pandemic, been on quarantine. Yeah. Well, I was just saying it was a few years since I've flown into Atlanta. But first things they did is Katrina from Phoenix. Welcome. Been to Phoenix once. Well, absolutely love Phoenix. How you doing tonight? Oh yeah, not a problem. Not a problem, Darth Maul. Not a problem. So I'm trying to keep the camera as steady as possible. We're just walking and talking. So, like I said, the curiosity's always got me because I've always wondered, just for giggles, how much a runway would cost. I never knew this, and at least as far as Atlanta Airport, they're actually doing two things, and I don't think they even started on either one of them. Which they're actually adding taxiways, adding extensions to taxiways, which costs a hell of a lot of money. Good, I'm glad to hear that. I've been hanging in there. I've been having some little bit of medical issues, but nothing too terrible. But trying to get it all sorted out. But I didn't know that when you add 1,200 feet, as in 1,200 feet, to an existing runway, Apparently, that's a $130 million project. I had no idea. I knew it'd be up in the millions. I had no idea that it'd be 130 something on million. Actually, a little bit more than that, but I rounded it down. And then Atlanta wants to build a sixth runway. If you don't know this, Atlanta has 5 current runways, 2 north runways on the north side, and then of the complex, and the 3 on the south side. So we did. My specific location didn't get too much. We got maybe like 3/4 of an inch or something. Obviously, it all melted now. But there were areas not far from here. We're going to go this way. See what this car wants to do. There's a car to my left. They're going to go straight. We're just going to keep walking and talking. But yeah, the five runways, because they're still considered technically still the busiest airport in the world as far as commercial traffic is concerned. But it's the 6th runway, and this one's actually relatively short for a commercial runway. Planned it on 7,888 feet, so it's less than 8,000 feet. So, number one, why? And I'll explain that. The reason why I'm asking that in a minute. We're already in the 90s. Holy goodness gracious! But I do. I like Phoenix weather. Ohio. We have a joke here in Ohio that we don't have 4 seasons. We have 12. But yeah, 6th runway, a little less than 8,000 feet, and it's supposed to cost 1.69. Yeah, 1.69 billion. B with a B. They have a multi-directional roadway. Actually, yes, they do. Actually, not just one. Actually, a couple, because it's like one, like main roadway, and it splits like 2 or 3 different ways. I think 3 different ways. I think, because there's that one roadway when you come in as you're approaching the area within the airport, and then it's kind of like 2 roads where one side I think is one direction and the other side's a different direction, and they're north and south. Love it too. I'm originally from Ohio, so I know what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. Just, I mean, I like Ohio. You know, as they say, it's the heart of it all, and not too much to see. I just walked past the ice arena here at Kent State University, so you'll be seeing this a lot more. So that's what we did. We walked slightly around the university. You'll be seeing that next month. No delay in commentary on here anymore. Yay! No lag. Shout out to the no lag community. Yes. Thank you for letting me know that. Appreciate it. You know what? We're going to make a detour. Because we're just walking. We're just having fun and we're just walking. So I'm actually technically past my destination, but I'm just having fun chilling with you guys. Oh, really? Yeah. That was one of the big stipulations. Like, you know, I don't qualify that as like a get to act together kind of thing, but it was getting close. I can open my pockets, put my hand in my pockets. That's not holding my phone. I actually did see that they're on, I think, Clubhouse. I don't know what they call channels. I think they have like different channels. I don't know how that works because I'm on an Android, so I don't have an iPhone. Used to have an iPhone, but I gave it up. So, but actually, the exciting news is I wasn't able to put in a title. Is you guys still can see replays. You just have to go to periscope.com, the actual website itself, instead of the app, since the app is no longer with us anymore. It should be nanosecond exactly. You have an iPhone 11 Pro Max. You must like it. So I hope you do. There's some of the sports facilities over there. But what was I saying? But yeah, there's some stuff that I can't take part in as far as like Clubhouse or I think they call it what, Spaces. I don't have Spaces on my profile. At least I can't find them. So I can't take part in that either. Can't watch them, can't listen to them, or however that works. I don't even know how it works. I really don't. But we're there for 6 years, and it's stripped Periscope away from us spontaneously. Yeah. There's been people here and there that have been talking about it for years, and it's like, no, that's not going to happen. And then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, it's true. Like, oh, goodness gracious. And then it happened. And it happened. So, I don't know. But the replay that I was talking about was, I've scoped it before, and hopefully I could do it. You know, I won't do it during the pandemic, but once it's completely over, I'll go back there because there's a hotel just outside the perimeter of Atlanta Airport, the Renaissance Hotel. Very, very nice hotel. Highly recommended. It's a little bit expensive. It's about $250, $260 a night, especially for what they call a runway view. And I absolutely love doing plane spotting because depending on what level, what floor you get, you almost, not quite, but you can almost overlook almost the entire airport. Like I said, not quite, but almost. You deleted it since non-existent. Of Periscope a while back. I was sick of the trolls. I don't blame you. I never deleted it. Matter of fact, I still haven't deleted it. But I last few broadcasts that people were doing, like the end broadcast or whatever, or the farewell broadcast, you know, and anybody's listening and watching in the background, you know, I apologize for that. But, you know, I turned my notifications off for that reason, just because they were just getting out of hand. You know, if it was a drama, then, you know, the whistle was going off every 5 seconds. Now it's just weird. It just got weird. So let's walk this way. Kind of being a little spontaneous and random, I guess. So we're going to point phone over here. It's because there are people in front of me. It's appropriate not to show them. Not like that, not unless they know. So actually what you're looking at there, that building there, this one here, is I think that's a science building, I think. I'm pretty sure. Science building, and then the building across the street is they actually get their electricity local, not from Ohio Edison. It's actually the university is actually powered by that power plant right there. So it's not a booster power plant; it's an actual power plant. It's a natural gas power plant. Of course, there's a church to the right of it. There, connected to student housing and dorms. It's a nice university. I like it. Nothing terribly special about it. There's more sports complexes over here. So, but yeah, what I was saying before was I've scoped or broadcasted, I should now say, the fact that do plane spotting from the Renaissance Hotel, which is good. I think if the amenities are all there. I just live here. I just live just off campus, so I'm pretty much familiar as I would be with campus as a student would be. Maybe someday I might be a student, but that's another building there. One there. That's actually an extension, but that's another part of the science labs over there as well. And then, like, the student centers beyond that building over there a little bit. Like I said, it's a nice place. It's huge, but it's not. I don't want to say it's massive. Not absolutely massive or anything, but I'm sure the perimeter. I'm sure there's a way I could probably measure it someday. I could probably measure it with my phone. Obviously, I'm not doing it right now, but I'm sure the perimeter of this, it's almost like a triangular shape, kind of. And I want to say it's a couple miles. Honestly, at least 3. I bet you. Probably. Because actually, we won't be doing it this year, but usually every year for the May 4th event, usually on May 3rd, because of the May 3rd, the May 4th massacre back in 1970, usually on the night of the anniversary of every year, with the exception of COVID. So last year, 2020, and then this year it's going to be online only. So I won't be showing the candlelight vigil, but this very sidewalk that I'm on right now is part of the track where we walk, we hold candles, nobody talks, and we walk around the entire perimeter of the campus. So technically where I'm at is my brain always tells me that I'm on the backside right now from where I'm at of campus, and where I just came from, where I started to broadcast, is the front, and it's actually reversed. We're in the front side of the campus, where I started was in the rear of the campus and back. But I just think that's funny. I always get that mixed up. Not that it's a big deal or a problem, but So there is some aviation related stuff in this building in here too, as far as I understand. I think there's one back there too, and math buildings as well. But I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure if it's this building or this one. I think it's this one. But there, nothing terribly massive or anything. But I heard that they actually have a simulator in here, and they have you could go to school to become an air traffic controller here as well, from what I've been told. Knew someone who was a student there in 1970. Oh, wow. So we'll be broadcasting on that day, just not the candlelight vigil. So it's actually on the backside of campus. Actually pretty far from where we are right now. But I was there the other night and did a broadcast actually in the dark. I'm gonna actually turn around now. Try not to pan the camera too terribly too far. But I was there the other day because I heard multiple reports saying that there were brand new markers over there to mark the 9 others that were injured that did survive that day. And when I was over there, I couldn't find them at all. So almost exactly a month. What, today's the 3rd? Yeah, exactly 1 month to find somebody who knows a lot more than I do. And there's ways I could find out, because I'm not sure exactly who's involved, but I'm sure they have some type of contact form. But they call it the May 4th Task Force. That's what it's called. And so somebody from there, whether it's a student, there's a lot of students that are involved in that, and a few faculty members as well. But that's where the memorial itself actually originated from. And the reason why it's there today is because of the May 4th task force that was put together. I think only a few years after the tragic events of that day. These roundabouts here, there's a couple of them, like 2 behind me, and then one we're looking at now is they're actually relatively new. They're about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years old. So they just put them in here. So go back this way. So they, as you can see, they could do a great job of lighting. Even when it's snowing, they do an exquisite job maintaining the sidewalks. And not just particular sidewalks at a university. I mean, they go all out and they just sit there and they take care of, you can see how good they look. I mean, they take care of these sidewalks like right on rice. But I know I'm going back and forth, but one of the reasons why I actually got excited is because I still, even though I read a PDF, it's something that people still care about, something that happened long ago. Exactly. Yeah, I'd actually answer a question. There's somebody in my chat. Was it the last broadcast? I'm not sure if it was the last broadcast, but a couple broadcasts ago. And they were asking why I was even talking about it while I was showing it in the first place, and had to explain that to them. And and you guys know this. I mean, it's one of those things that not everybody cares about. I think that everybody should care about because it's history, and it's one of those things where, hopefully it would never ever happen again. And it's just one of those things. But can't change history. Only change the present and not always either, but technically change the future, at least in my opinion. But I pay special attention to it just because, I was in the service. I was never National Guard. I was active duty Army when I was in. But so, I mean, that's why it's a particular, not only because, I live close and it's able to show it easily on short notice. Most people cannot remember what happened last week, let alone 51 years ago. Exactly. And if some people think that oh my gosh, I need to be reminded of, and it's not like that. It's just, you need to be aware of, everybody, not just the students, because there were people there just like me. The reason why I say that is because there were people there that were not students. There were people there that were not students. I'm not talking like reporters and that, but there were, probably friends of friends or something. I don't know exactly how that worked, but everybody had the right to be there. Did they have the right to throw rocks? No. No, I don't think they had any right to throw rocks or anything. But I still have to listen to it. But apparently, they're still finding out information about that day. And because I was looking stuff up the other night, and apparently somebody found actual audio. Now, I cannot verify this, so my apologies. But apparently there may be actual audio of the order given to open fire. Whether that's actually true or not, I've yet to listen to that broadcast. There's actual broadcast from, actual video from that day. So it's not somebody that claiming that there is. If you know what I mean, if that makes any sense. But apparently the video says that it shows both visually and audio, or by means of video and audio, I mean. So I've yet to listen to it. So I'm sure it's, it's one of those things, and I'll do that, especially first time on Haps, because I've done this multiple times on Periscope. So, with Haps, it's amazing because now if you're on Twitter or YouTube and, get people to watch it, because that's what it's all about. I don't necessarily do it for numbers, even though my 2019, I'm not bragging or anything, but my 2019 broadcast was featured in the travel section back then. And that was the May 3rd Candlelight Vigil. And first and only time I've broadcasted to, I think it was at any one time there was like 7,300 people like in a room, like 7,300 something people watching, and it was just Periscope itself by itself. It's a featured broadcast. So I usually, like right now I'm on Twitter and YouTube. So we'll see how Twitter and YouTube, of course, can't forget Facebook. That'll draw attention on Facebook, I'm sure. So we'll see how that goes. Because today or in a month it'll just be a walking tour. So it's kind of funny because when I did it last year, the markers that have been there, I actually accidentally missed one and nobody noticed. I didn't even notice until after I ended the broadcast. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, I just missed a whole placard that's been here for quite a while. And so hopefully this year I get it right. I want to get it right. That's important to me, to get it right for you guys, because that's what it's about. I'm here for you guys. So, but so obviously sunset, it's pretty much almost sort of done. Isn't that beautiful? The sunset there. So looking west. So want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, keeping me company. So a little longer than I expected, but like I said, let's get this silly COVID thing under control, hopefully over with. We could do more traveling. We could do like official HAPS meetups. I'm sure those would be fun. I've been to many Periscope meetups, so I'm sure HAPS meetups would be just as fun, if not funner. Is that even a word? Yeah, just their ice arena. That's you can see that's actually behind the building. What are you seeing there? That little stick thing. That's a storm siren. So, but yeah, thank you for hanging out with me, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, replay viewers as well. Twitter, YouTube, you guys are awesome. So, I'm gonna hamps on down now. I'm practically home. I literally live right across the street here. Yeah, me too. I definitely want COVID to be over. I think the word normal is probably no longer an appropriate word, I guess, if that makes any sense. But anything remotely close to that, back to, if it can't be back the way that it was before, I have faith that it'll get close to how it was, with some changes here and there, I'm sure. But yeah, Katrina, you have a good night. Darth Maul, you have a good night. Anybody else that I missed? If anyone not seeing you guys are here, or if you're just hidden background, guys have a good night, good day, wherever you guys are. And I'll see you guys next time on Haps.